morning to one and all present.
No, sure.
Yes, sir.
Start.
Yes, sir. Good morning to one and all present here. It's an absolute pleasure to welcome you all to the 31st Generic Talk Series on Conversational AI and the Evolution of Customer Service organized by R.M.D. Engineering College. This talk will explore the transformative journey of conversational AI and highlight the innovations that are redefining customer experiences. Attendees will gain valuable industry insights and learn about the emerging opportunities in this dynamic field. To commence the proceedings, may I now respectfully invite Dr. K.S. Radha, Professor and Division Head, Department of Chemistry, to deliver the welcome address and formally introduce our chief guest. Please, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Good morning to one and all present here. It is indeed a moment of pride and joy for us. On behalf of our beloved chairman, beloved vice chairman, the entire management team, our principal, dean, heads of the departments, and all the faculty members and students of R.M.D. Engineering College, I extend a warm and heartfelt welcome to our chief guest of the day, Mr. P. Uday Kiran, Senior Vice President, Bank of America, Charlotte, North Carolina, USA. Sir, it is a privilege to have you here with us for this special occasion. What makes this moment even more special is that our esteemed speaker is one of our own and illustrious alumnus from the first batch of EEE 2001 to 2005 of our institution. Despite his demanding schedule and the significant time zone differences, his immediate concern to us to join with us speaks volumes about his affection for this institution. Thank you, sir, for being here with us for this generic talk series today. Your journey continues to inspire our students. I also take this wonderful opportunity to warmly welcome all our respected faculty members, dear students and parents who are all joining us virtually for this session. Thank you all for being with us today. Now, let me take the privilege of introducing our resource person to all of you. Mr. P. Uday Kiran is an alumnus of R.M.D. Engineering College, graduating in 2005 with a degree in Electrical and Electronics Engineering. I am very proud to say that I am going to introduce him as my student, one of my very first batch I taught when I began my journey at RMDEC. Mr. Uday Kiran began his career as a call center agent, an experience that gave him invaluable insights into customer behavior before he moved into the IT world with Tata Consultancy Services. Over the last 2 decades, Mr. Uday has taken on diverse roles including developer, production support analyst, project manager, program manager, and transformation consultant across the US and Latin America. He has partnered with major banking and financial services organizations leading large-scale technology and customer experience initiatives. In recent years, Mr. Uday has specialized in designing and implementing next-gen contact center solutions, leveraging NLP, natural language processing, AI, artificial intelligence, and omni-channel strategies to enhance KPI, key performance indicators, solve operational challenges, and turn traditional cost centers into value-generating engines. His hands-on expertise in building intelligent routine strategies and modern CX, that is customer experience architectures, has helped global enterprises redefine the way they interact with their customers. Mr. Uday Kiran currently serves as a senior vice president at Bank of America, where he plays a pivotal role in transforming the bank's bill payment solutions into future-ready platforms. He is passionate about sharing real world insights from his journey to inspire students to embrace new technologies, stay curious, and explore the limitless opportunities in the world of customer experience and artificial intelligence. Such a versatile personality is amongst us today to enlighten you all in this domain. Today's talk is going to explore the evolution of conversational AI and the real innovations redefining customer experience. You all can hear insights from the industry and learn where the next wave of opportunities lies. Dear faculty and students, I invite you to listen to his speech with complete focus. Thank you, Mr. Uday Kiran. Now the stage is yours. Ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. We now have the privilege of inviting our distinguished chief guest, Mr. Uday Kiran P., Senior Vice President, Bank of America, Charlotte, North Carolina, USA, and our esteemed R.M.D. EC alumnus of the 2001 to 2005 batch from the Department of Electrical and Electronics Engineering to address the gathering and share his valuable insights. Welcome, sir. You may kindly take over the session.
Thank you. Thank you, ma'am. Arasi, ma'am. Radha, ma'am, thanks for that intro. It's a bit overwhelming, but it's also a bit odd to hear the word "sir" from you because I'm I'm still that young guy who joined as a 12th standard as a first year triple E student in 2001. Getting into the chemistry lab. And in fact, if you remember, I was in the first year, the first section, A section, and you were the class teacher. So a lot of memories, a lot of data that's coming back. So well, and of course, thank you for the opportunity. I know it's a bit of it's a bit of an odd timestamp. I mean, odd time frame here. It's just past midnight, but I have my coffee with me, and I'm very energetic right now. I'd love to
Thank
share
you.
some insights. Yeah, I'd love to talk. I mean, I would have loved to come over to the college and given a small lecture, had a lot more interactive session, but sometime in the future for sure. All right.
Always
Okay.
welcome.
Well, of
You're
course,
always
ma'am.
welcome.
Thank you so much. All right. So, okay, I see a couple of students here. Very nice. Nice to meet you guys. And for those that have tuned in onto YouTube, a very good morning to you guys. Um, Generic talk, right? So I'm trying to keep this generic, not too serious. I'll try to keep this a little more jovial. I don't want you to. I don't want to endure you with another 40-45 minutes lecture. I don't want to be put on mute or put on the side and you go and watch Cook with Komali or a Big Boss repeat telecast or something. Don't want to be boring. So I'll try to keep it as interesting as I can. Would have loved to keep it engaging and interactive, but I'll probably answer my questions. I've got Radha ma'am, Arasi ma'am, Chaudhary sir. I got Anna Malay, Jayashri. You'll be my scapegoats for today. So well, let's get started again. It feels surreal. It feels really nice to get back to college, and that's what I'm feeling right now because not long ago I was sitting in one of those desks that you guys were sitting in and wondering what the future, what my future and what the future of technology would be like. Because phones were banned in school. Even if they were banned in the first few years, there was no mobile phones weren't a thing. Landline phones were a thing. Landline phones, and not everybody used to have a landline phone back in the day, right? So that's how we started in 2001. By the time I graduated out in 2005, those Nokia phones were catching in with younger audiences. I would love to, by the end of this session, I would love to understand. Again, we're talking about AI. I know so many things that we're talking about AI and how AI is shaping the future, how AI is changing things. I would love to understand from you guys what you think about AI, not just the positives, right? In fact, the negatives of AI, because it spans from generations. Because if you look at a generation before us, let's say the Gen X's or even the boomers, right? They think that AI is a bubble. It's going to burst. Like it was because they saw the dot-com bubble, right? Back in 2000, 2090, late 90s, 2000s, internet or dot-com was a thing. Everybody wanted to do something in the internet. Every business started generating websites, creating websites, and all of a sudden it went down. I still remember when I picked up Triple E during my counseling, I was said, I mean, I was asked not to pick IT because IT was in a downward trend. because of the dot-com bubble burst. So a generation prior to me, they do think that, the AI bubble is going to burst, just like the dot-com bubble burst, right? People of my generation who are working hands-on on getting AI over to people, we think that there's mixed feeling. We do understand the power of AI, but there are some downward trends as well. Definitely, I would love to understand what some of you guys would think. If not today, uh, just post some questions, send me some questions offline. I would love to understand what you guys think. Okay, so now let's dive into it. When I graduated out in 2005, right? First batch of R.M.D. placements. No, not yet. We weren't there. So I didn't step into a glamorous tech job. My first job was a call center agent. Um, a humble role, right? I was training at a call center just for a few months. Then I got into a technology job. I got into TCS through an off campus, but that those few months that I spent at the call center, it gave me a front row seat to see how humans try to solve problems through conversations. Right? They say any problem, even if you guys fight, you take it offline. Anything can be solved with a conversation, and that's where the human touch is what solves everything. Right? Again, we're talking about AIs. Let's keep AI aside for a while. But again, conversations, we're looking at conversations and conversational AI. It's all about conversations. It's all about a dialogue that can solve any problems that we have. And, about 20 years later now, we stand at a point where those conversations are powered by AI. And as we move along, there will be more and more interference of AI in our lives. For the next 30, 40 minutes, let's just talk about how that happened, where it is going, and how each of you can be a part of shaping a future. I'd love to get some questions from you, online, offline, either way. Like I said, don't put this aside and go watch Cook with Komali. I don't want you, let me see how best I can keep you engaged. Make sure you listen to it through the end because I'm going to ask you some trivia questions. Maybe not on AI, maybe about movies because I'm a big movie buff myself. Um, but I see among the five on the Zoom and you guys watching on YouTube, raise your hands as well. How many of you are movie buffs here? I raise my hand. I watch a lot of movies. How about ma'am, sir? How about you, Annamalai, Jayashree?
Yeah.
Any any Vadivelu fans? Any Brahmanandam fans? I know we have a lot of Telugu and Tamil population right in our college, so I'm hoping we have some Vadivelu fans and some Brahmanandam fans. So yeah, you're like me, that I'll come to persona mapping later. That's one of the trends that we'll be looking at, more of personalization. If you're a Vadivelu fan, I, as an AI bot, would give you solutions in the right of a Vadivelu scene, right? And if that reaches you better. Um, that may happen. That's going to happen in the future. It's happening right now. That's what your Instagram feeds and Facebook feeds are all about. It picks your interests and feeds you what you need. That's AI in action, right? That's analytics, machine learning in action, and that's giving you what you need before even you looking up for it. Let's talk about call centers for a moment. What is call center for you guys? What was the last? Let me share my screen. Let's talk to the presentation in the meantime. What is call center for you guys? What was your last call with a customer service agent was in a company? When did you last give a call? Anybody that can talk on Zoom? Radha ma'am or Chaudhary sir, Annamalai
Call center,
Jayashree?
maybe to my knowledge, it is the customers' orders and respond to them and answer their question by telephone.
Mm-hmm. Yes, and um, can you tell me the last time you spoke uh, through a chatbot or on a phone? to a customer service, to a customer support of of any company? Any recent examples that you have?
So the last time I talk is to correct my internet connection with the Airtel.
Okay.
So the network speed was down. So to give a
Okay.
complaint, I used their toll-free number to call and chat with them.
Okay. So you got to some person and that person helped you out.
Yeah, yeah, yes.
And did that person help you out in the way
Yeah,
that he or she should have?
yeah. He just booked me an appointment with a technician who came over to my house and reset the modem so it will give more speed.
Okay. Okay. And that is something that you could have done by your, as in, it could have given when you were on the call, you would have gotten some IVR options, right? IVR,
Yes,
what if IVR detected a slowness? What if it was predictive, right? What if it detected there was a slowness in your internet, or IVR had an option to book uh, an appointment with a technician to come to your house and fix it without you having to wait on the call, wait for 10, 15, 20 minutes to get to somebody that you need to talk to, and then that person set that call up. That it could have been done that way, right? Do you think so?
yeah, yeah.
Much
It would
quicker.
be
It
a
would have
more
been much quicker.
uh, much quicker and easier.
Yeah.
Right. Right. Exactly.
Um, Sir, as per my point of view, the people working in call center hope that they are representative of God only.
Mm-hmm.
Not only for banking, Annamalai student said regarding the net connection. Recently, my Act 5 net also goes down only.
Mm-hmm.
Just I make your call, immediately they will respond and they have done they corrected on everything. So now the net flow is going. So that's why we are connecting YouTube and Zoom also. And
Right.
one more, sir.
Nice. Okay. Uh-huh.
Whenever I need some loan, only no, just I
Mm-hmm.
type in Google or somewhere in checking with my CIBIL score in using Google Pay or some other website. After 5 minutes, how they know, I don't know. Immediately they'll call to my phone number. Sir, here we want to give some loans, sir. Is there anything required, sir? How say you know? Now only I'm searching through website. I didn't give my mobile. So usually they know the people are interesting to get loan from some bank, so they will guide you proper way. So
Right.
people, when we speak harshly also, politely also, they don't change their attitude. They will give the response polite only. So there's such good type of attitude. We must learn from them.
Very, very valid point, sir. And you caught, now that's exactly called personalization, right?
Yes, sir. Yes,
And
sir.
I will run through some of those use cases while I run down my presentation. But you've listed, you're watching technology in action.
Yes, sir.
It's just transforming the way that you want. Now you look up, then you find a bank, then you call the bank, but the bank has your CIBIL score. The bank has your employee. There's data everywhere, right? It's like, have you guys watched this movie called The Boys? Not The Boys, but Boys. The Shankar movie in that, not Vadivalu said, Sendil says information is wealth.
Yes,
Right?
yes, sir. In the boys
எந்த
movie,
கோயில்ல என்னைக்கு புளியோதரை போடுவாங்க என்னைக்கு சுண்டல்
biryani
போடுவாங்க.
எங்க கிடைக்கும்?
He, he has all that info. So, that's information. It's available everywhere. What organizations are doing is they're orchestrating the information. They are using big data, all the data and the analytics. They're using machine learning to orchestrate the information and do proactive. They're predicting your intent proactively, and that's only going to get better. It's only going to get better. Now you don't have to call into, let's say, an ICICI bank for a loan, get onto their IVR. IVR
Yes,
says,
sir.
thanks for calling. What do you need? As in, press one for account balance, press two for this, or whatever, rather than they call you and say, sir, I have a loan for you, do you need it or not? Again, there are downsides to it. There can be scams and so on, but with the advent of technology, such things happen. So very good points. There's some pain points that we look at as in call centers that I'm showing on my slide. Number one is a convoluted IVR menu, right? Press one for this, press two for that, press three for directions, press four for puliyodara, I press 5 for biryani. But I'm just here to fix my internet problem, right? I do not want to end your 5 minutes or 10 minutes of my time to listen to your options, to listen to your menu. No, thank you. I need a masala dosa. I do not want you to start with idli vada pongal and all that, right? So um, I'm not satisfied. That wastes my time. And in nowadays, time is money. We're in the Instagram era where you can't put your attention into a specific thing for more than 15 seconds or 30 seconds. In fact, I wonder how you students nowadays have to go through all those large books, to read through your semester examinations. But best of luck with that. Number two is long wait times. You sit on the call forever. It, it, IVR says, okay, let me transfer you to an agent, and you're waiting forever. It's on peak times, it's going taking 15 minutes, 20 minutes, an hour sometimes to get to the right agent. Once you get to the agent, excuse me, just a second. I'll just get some water. Once you get to the agent says, "Oh, okay, sorry, you reached. Oh, you wanted your internet fixed. Sorry, you reached billing department. Let me send you to the right place." That person transfers you. You sit on the call again. When you go to the next agent, you have to explain your entire story again. All this can be fixed. All these are some pain points. Like I told Annamale, what if Annamale can, get that address through a website or, the app for Airtel, right? Airtel app just go ahead and schedule an appointment or do it all by himself, right? Run the diagnostics by himself, fix it by himself. Don't have to wait for a technician to come over. Run the speed test, run a diagnostic. There is a diagnostic tool, run it, um, and fix it. Or there is a replacement that gets sent. You don't have to send out somebody knocking him at his door on a Sunday evening and trying to fix the issue that he has. All these things are serious issues for organizations, right? If you look at this, 80% of the customers abandon a company after a negative interaction. Talk about HDFC, ICICI banks. I have an ICICI account. Their chatbot is terrible. If I were working for them, I would have got down and done something better. As a developer itself, I could have developed better chatbots. It's bad. Sorry to say that. HDFC as well. HDFC I haven't interacted as much, but I don't expect that to be that to be great. However, I do not have places to switch, right? If there were other banks that would have given me better customer experience, I would have loved to go there. My mom has a State Bank of India account. She goes to a Bangalore branch, then they ask her to go to the Chennai branch. Think about it. So SBI versus ICICI, ICICI is miles ahead, right? So I'll stay with ICICI. But there are some pain points, right? There are consumer switch companies. If you look at this, 58% of consumer switch companies after a poor customer service. And right now, I am bad mouthing ICICI and HDFC and SBI to you guys. It might, if you're looking to open up a bank account, you would have had second thoughts of opening up a bank account with SBI because of the poor customer service. So SBI is losing a prospective customer, thus losing revenue, stock crashes. So we're just talking about one industry here. There are multiple, especially the service industries. They get hit with bad customer service. How do we fix some of those? That's where we have to reimagine the way we provide customer experience to our consumers. Let's talk about call centers a little bit. Just a question, ma'am or sir. Okay, you can see my screen, right? I think I have this little button here, which is probably covering some of the text. Is it okay?
Yeah, it is visible.
Okay. I'll try to keep this short. So, what is a call center again? Like we said, like ma'am said, somebody that helps you solve your problem, listens to your commands, solve your problem. A real call center started in the 60s, right? In 1960s is where you originally had the call center back in the day, In 1973, they created the first automatic call distributor. Now, if it was 5 years ago, I would have talked to you about an ACD or an automatic call distribution, but now it's a thing of the past. It's still there, but it's still there. Yes, it's still there. I worked on it, but it's not worth the topic that we need to discuss. Now, in the 60s, 70s, 80s, and even the 90s, call centers were a bit different. There used to be a telephone operator. You call into the company, the telephone operator picks up, you say you want to talk to somebody, I want to book a ticket, an international ticket. The telephone operator connects you to an extension that, the telephone operator has a switchboard. He or she connects you to that person whom you can get to, and that person will help you book a ticket until the 90s. Then came the automation of call centers, then came the IVRs. While these were happening, we had the advent of outsourcing, with India becoming among the hotspots of IT and ITES outsourcing. One of the reasons why I got a job in a call center, or I got a job in an IT company back in the mid 2000s. Why? Because as Indians, we had a very young workforce then, and even now we enjoy a great demographic dividend, as they call, right? A lot of our workforce is among the 20s, late 20s, early 30s, who's ready to sprint, who's ready to spend a lot of their hours working. We enjoy a very neutral English accent, right? Certain accents, if you go to other Asian countries, they have a thick accent. But in India, we enjoy a good neutral accent, thanks to the Brits that gave us some kind of English that if we continue to speak, and we are easy to train. We are malleable. We are very easy to train, and the labor was cheap as well. Indians get paid a fraction of what an American or a European worker who's attending a call gets paid. So it was very scalable for a large company to move their call center operations to India. Also, technology, right? With the advent of technology, was enabling cost cutting. International calling at one time used to be expensive. Then came VoIP, voice over IP protocol, and that uses internet for dialing. So all these kind of moved call centers over to India. Now there was an IVR. You were happy to get onto an IVR. You listen to IVR options and choose where you want to go. Back in the day, today story is different. I don't want to sit on an IVR, listen to damn IVR options for 15 minutes. Back in the day, I was happy to listen to the options that I had on a call. I don't have to go to the branch, right? Now I can call. And the IVR tells me, let me choose where I want to go, or you don't want to call somebody and they send you to somebody else. So IVR was glooming. It was becoming a thing. And in the 2010s, omni-channel or multi-channel, that was the era of the 2010s, where you get more avenues to interact with customer service. You can use the website, you can use the mobile apps, chats, SMSs, WhatsApps. There are many other ways to reach to a customer service rather than you having to pick up your phone and talk. You may or may not have access to a phone, so you can use your Wi-Fi and reach out to these avenues. Right now, then proactive approach becomes a thing. Like sir mentioned, he just looked up a few things about a loan and he gets a call about if he needs a loan or not. Right now, you don't have to get into that again. Sorry, there's a movie buff that is coming out of me. You don't have to get into that situation where Jay gets into there's this movie called Raja Rani where Jay gets into that situation. He said, "Madam, நீங்க காலட்டின் வச்சிருக்கீங்க. நான் யார் என்ன யார் வச்சுக்கிறாங்க?" You don't want to get into that, but now நீங்க இப்போ நீங்க காலட்டின் வச்சுக்கிற நீங்க ஆப்லயே பார்த்துக்கலாம். Rather than troubling the poor agent, அவன் கண்ணு வேர்க்குது அதெல்லாம் சொல்லிட்டு அழுதுட்டு இருப்பான் சீன்ல. So all those situations are now averted. Right now, the companies know what you want. That's omni-channel, and it's just the beginning. It's moving. Then there's conversational AI. We are in the conversational AI era. It's all about machine learning, artificial intelligence, natural language understanding, and so on. Now AI is leveraged to take care of most of your tasks or help you do them without you having to talk to a representative. You having to நீங்க மெனக்கெட தேவையில்லை. அவங்கள உங்களுக்கு கால் பண்றாங்க. So it's Internet of Things, right? They know what you're doing, they know what you need. They look at your browsing history and they know what you need. When I was a call center agent, there was no AI or, like I said, I was a call center agent for a very few months, right? But it was very interesting. I was doing technology support for a leading desktop brand. Um, and it was very interesting. I did not have AI or something to help me. Nowadays, call center agents, if you call them, they have a virtual assistant for them to help them out. Again, that's where we are heading to, right? AI is not only for the customer. AI is also for the representative who is giving you service, right? I don't have to look out for an answer. I don't have to search for an answer. I just ask AI and it gives me the answer. The AI has access to all the documentation within my company. How easy is that? How quick can a solution be in that way, right? Like I said, we did not have AI back then. There was a decision tree or some sticky notes that we had. Customer, easy questions, easy answer. When customer is stuck, you are stuck. And I'll be like, can I place you on hold for a moment? Put them on hold and go running to a team lead or somebody to help me out because I'm stuck. In fact, I have an anecdote, but I don't want to share it now. I'll come to it when we talk about natural language understanding. But yeah, but then now be it the 60s, be it the 90s, be it the 2020s, even be it in 2050, call centers have always been about one thing. It's to help people solve problems quickly through a conversation, be it with a human, be it with an agent, whatever. Priorities don't change, right? Like my my priorities never changed. I mean, say even in 2001, 2005, or 2020, priorities don't change. I would not miss my college on a Tuesday because there is biryani that's being served. Even if I'm sick, I will postpone my sickness for a day. Come over on Tuesday, eat the biryani, go back home. You guys do the same as well, don't I know you're smiling, so you guys do the same as well. So priorities don't change, and things like that, right? Let's move on. Let's talk about KPIs now. I know Radha ma'am said KPI. This is something that may or may not appeal, but this is something that you guys will experience day in and day out. This slide, does not talk about AI or technology, and I'm not reading my slides line by line. I'm just for you to take a look, but I'm trying to share the experience and the anecdotes that I have, hopefully to make it interesting. So yeah, I want to give you guys an idea of KPIs. That is something which you would be experiencing, listening to, looking at through your professional careers. And a KPI stands for a key performance indicator. And the definition says, as per the book, KPI is a measurable indicator used to monitor progress towards a particular business goal. Now, let's keep the definition aside. What is a key performance indicator as a student, for you as a student? Any takers? Of course, Annamalai Jayashri, what do you think? What is your key performance indicator? And you don't have to answer if you don't know. Okay, so they are indicators that track your academic progress, right? Skills that you develop that make you ready for the market. Or let's say what, KPI for you or for your parents is what defines the success of the 4 years of your hard work, or what is the return of investment of your parents' money, right? What could that be? Your grades, let's say at least a distinction, right? Your projects that you complete on time, your final year ones, not the ones that you purchase for, it used to be 5,000 rupees back then. I do not know how much it is now, but old story, not to bring it in. Participating in hackathons, symposiums, conducting those, building your soft skills, certifications, all those, right? All that could make you marketable, all that help you build your resume, give you an edge over your competitors, or even let you stay relevant in the race, right? Or for example, ma'am, sir, what are some, let's say what are some key performance indicators for our college, which helps students or parents to pick R.M.D. above another college during counseling. Let's say the placement rates, average salaries, and things like that, right? Facilities, food, all these, this is what exactly businesses do to measure their success. Now, and here what we see are KPIs for a call center. There are few of many, right? One of them is, let's say, I have average handle time, and some challenges that organizations face to maintain them. Let's say an average handle time. What you see here means I am a customer service representative. What is my average handle time of a call that I take, right? If a call comes to an agent, companies have an average handle time of 90 seconds, 2 minutes. Am I getting the call addressed or closing the call, handling the call within 2 minutes? One call can go up to 10 minutes. Calls can complete in 30 seconds. Net, what are, what are the average handle times? Now, I talked about 5 calls that end in 30 seconds. But that is taking up my efficiency, right? It's wasting 6 minutes of my time. So these are routine inquiries that take my time and an agent's time. What happens with that is I am getting out of the 20 calls, let's say I attend in an hour, 15 calls are like simple issues for me to, like Annamalai said, for me to schedule an appointment with the technician to visit his house. My company could have offered that on the app for Annamalai to do it. I don't have to do it. Now I get 15 calls. Okay, sir, let me schedule an appointment. Okay, ma'am, let me schedule an appointment. When I get a tougher issue, I do not know what to do because my mind is full of scheduling appointments, right? So in that case, Radha ma'am calls me for a real issue, and I keep her on hold for a very long time. I take a very long time to address her problem. First contact resolution, what you see here. I, as a customer, am calling in to ICICI with a late fee to fix my late fee issue. I should get my problem addressed on my first call. As soon as I call them, they address my problem, right? Right. That counts the measure of me coming back to ICICI. But the customer does not have access to my information. Not customer, sorry. The agent does not have access to my information. So I keep bouncing here and there. Customer satisfaction. We all know what customer satisfaction is. I am having to go from one person to another person to another person to another person. No solution in the end. Talking about complex issues, right? Some of them, customer retention rate, net promoter scores. Net promoter scores is of course, you guys will see all of these when you get into your professional roles. But what is that is having me, if I get my issue addressed, if Annamalai gets his issue addressed with Airtel for the first time, and Chowdhury sir uh, does not replicate the same with ACT, and Annamalai would recommend Chowdhury sir to go with Airtel, right? So that hurts ACT, that helps Airtel. So all these measure my success as an organization. That's why we in call center we say that that technology is never getting old. I know coding languages get old, everything is moving over, but certain call routing technologies and customer experience and customer service technology, there is a ton of things to do in that realm, because every organization wants to spend money to retain their customers, to do better in a competitive, in a competitive world. Because many times I've heard customers say that, I, when, yes, sir, what is your problem? I just told your colleague about this. You should ask him, right? Or as a customer service representative, I should have why the customer has called me. I should have the background of why this customer has called me. So there is no visibility. That's a lot of frustration. AI would definitely help solve that. AI would have a vision of what I was here for, what I was trying to do before I called in, what I called in for, and why am I now with a specific agent. In the next 2 to 3 years, 2025 we expected it. It's still getting there, but trust me, in the next 2 to 3 years, 95% of customer interactions will be by AI. It will be AI powered. Now let's talk about conversational AI. With AI powering it, let's talk about conversational AI. Now, what is conversational AI? Chatbot, um, chatbot, yes, one of them. What else? Let's so I put in a little timeline, right? Chatbots were introduced back in 1960s itself. 1966 was when the first ever chatbot was introduced. It was rule based, not even rule based. As we moved along until the 2010s, bots are rule based. When I say what is rule based, um, there's a question and there's an answer. Now, how do I tie my shoe? It would be, you know, uh, for that question, there's an answer that my API would be calling, how do I tie my shoe service? And it gives me back the answer, be it on IVR or on a chatbot, right? That was rule based back in the day. Now again, we've talked a few times about IVR, right? IVR going from option one to option two to option three to option N back in the day, right? Even with the chatbots, even with Siri, Alexa, there was misunderstood human speeches. Now, um, how do I put it? So yeah, this you know they do not understand what you're trying to say. Now, there are I'm sure you would have gone to customer service and there's an IVR says, tell me in one sentence or what you are here for. I say something, oh, then it gets you a wrong answer, right? There's no natural language understanding. Now, what is, and you look at some of these um, breakthroughs that human invented to fix all these issues. One is natural language processing. Now, like I said, what is natural language processing? The movie buff is coming here for all the Vadivelu fans. There's this temple scene where, that North Indian couple asks Vadivelu, "ये कौन है बेटा? कौन है समा அது பண்டிகை காலத்துல கோயிலுக்கு வெளியே வைப்பாங்க." He'll say that, right? At the same thing, beta, பேட்டாங்க தராங்க மாச சம்பளம் தான். So why am I saying this? It's misunderstanding your natural language. Now, AI can understand your language exactly, right? That's called natural language processing. There are libraries that are being built. I can a British English and Australian English and American English is different, right? The way, or if it's a Hindi call center, the way a Tamilian speaks Hindi, the way a Telugu guy speaks Hindi, it is different. You will use passive speech. Hey, now I want to tie my shoe. What can I do? Rather than how can I tie my shoe, right? So all these are different ways of asking a question, but back in the day, they do not understand. The bots do not understand what your question is. With thanks to conversational AI, thanks to AI and natural language processing libraries, machine learning models, they exactly understand what you want. Now, there's speech to text and text to speech. What does that mean? Now we're talking about chatbots. I'm a contact center guy. Why am I talking about chatbots only? Because it's not only on a chatbot, it's also on your IVR. Now I call into the IVR and I say, I want to get my internet is not working. I need an appointment or I need somebody to come and look into it. It has to understand. Now I'm speaking, my speech needs to be converted to text for the machine to understand. Machine generates a response. The response need to be converted to speech for me to understand. So, the back and forth. And now you have Chat GPT, the large language models like Chat GPT. You don't even have to wait to talk to somebody, right? You have your answers. In fact, some of these slides are Chat GPT generated. Don't count me for it. The facts may or may not be right, but you have information at your fingertips, be it from the web, be it from your organizations. You have answers to all your questions available with large language models. So now you have instant responses, right? This context, what does context retention means? Now I got onto a phone or I got onto a chat bot. I want to, book a ticket. Got onto a chat bot. Now, the ticket is booked or I have held the ticket. I call into the phone to get the ticket booked. The guy on the phone picks my call and he exactly knows why I have called in, said, okay, hello there. I see you want to travel from Chennai to Hyderabad, and there's a ticket that you're looking for the date of December 5th. Do you want me to go ahead and book it? Yeah, go ahead. Thank you. Well, thanks for it. I would like to see if an employee of so and so company, do I have any discounts? Oh yeah, of course you do. Let me add the discount to you. Okay, all said and done. Now, how would you like to do the payment? I do not want to give you my credit card number, right? So, okay, let me send you the payment link on WhatsApp or on ChatGPT. Not ChatGPT, sorry, WhatsApp or as an SMS. I get, all the channels are being touched. I'm using a website, I'm using your mobile app, I'm talking to you, I'm using SMS and WhatsApp to do the payment. Once I do the payment, I get the tickets on my WhatsApp, and before my journey, I get reminders. 24 hours before, I would say, here's a link to check in on my WhatsApp. So, in fact, that's a point of my next slide where we're talking about customer 360 and omni-channel. Yeah, we have about 5 minutes, so I'll try to wrap it all in one. I have the information in my fingertips. We are touching through all the customer points, and that's what is, customer 360. It's the brain behind your customer experiences. It's personalized, it's faster, it's contextual. When I say contextual, like we just spoke, your company knows exactly what you need, and it's predictive. It knows that you're traveling. Your company gives you your tickets. It asks you to check in. It says that there's a flight delay. Everything is on your fingertips. They send predictive communications to you on your phone, right? Let's say, for example, now, like I said, instead of hey Uday, thanks for calling. How may I help you? Said, hey Uday, I see you're traveling next week. You want to set a travel flag. I see you're traveling abroad, right? You're going to Indonesia or Bali or whatever. Do you want me to set a travel flag on your credit card? Because I'm calling my credit card company. Leave aside tickets. Tickets are done. Now I need to go to my credit card company so that when I'm out there, it does not block me. Now I've used my credit card to book this ticket. My credit card exactly knows that I've used it to book a ticket to Bali, right? So I call in and they say, thanks for calling. I see you're, traveling next week. Do you want me to set you a travel flag, or do you want me to set you a limit because foreign currency must be higher than what you are? So all of it, all the information from various sources, social media, like your social media, your web browsing history, your mobile app interactions, your call center interactions, your credit card transactions, every organization would orchestrate this information and use it to build a relationship with you. You are not calling a customer service, you're calling a relationship agent, calling a relationship service. Moving on, I just talked about omni channel, right? That's exactly, and most of us, be it India or Europe or America, omni channel is the thing right now. It's quite a lot in use, and I'm sure, like Chaudhary sir mentioned, he has faced it, right? You guys would have experienced it for sure. You make use of WhatsApp phone, SMS, all in one continuous experience, and the system knows it. These are some trends that we are into. We are, building for some clients or for large organizations to get their KPIs addressed, right? Their KPIs getting better. We talked about a lot of issues, and we are looking at AI addressing them. We're looking at long wait times on. I spent 30 minutes on a call. I don't have to do it. Now I have a virtual assistant. Virtual assistant, like I said, for the customer, where I can ask the bot to find me a solution, or I got to an agent and the agent has a virtual assistant. When I say agent, the representative has a virtual assistant to find him or her a solution rather than, enduring through the painful process of finding information. The repetition. Call again. I wanted to book a ticket. I blocked it on your website. I called you now. Can you book that ticket for me? What ticket, sir? Dude, I just did it on your website. You don't have the context. Now you have the context. So thanks to AI that we are building it. That's customer 360. Agent chaos, like I said, as an agent, I have a tough question. I do not know what to do. Now I have my virtual assistant or a agent assistant, what we call them, thanks to AI. Compliance errors where you are saying a few things which you're not supposed to say. You need to say a few disclaimers, right? The government, if you are transferring money from one account to a foreign account, let's say, you are supposed to hear a few disclaimers on your phone. An agent cannot uh, do a particular transactions without telling you certain things on the phone. If they miss it, it's a hit on the company. I can sue the company because I can say, I transferred funds. I saw my exchange rate is 83 rupees per dollar, but you got only 81 rupees. So I need compensation. You cheated me. ICICI, you cheated me. I need my money back. Not only money back, I need compensation. I need damages to be paid for, say, like 20 lakhs, give me 20 lakhs, 30 lakhs. I can go to the court. So I can miss it, but on live, there is a AI listening to the call and AI telling me that, look, you have missed it. Read this disclaimer for the customer. And things like that, right? Poor forecasting, there's no availability. I call on a Sunday night. For me, it's a big problem, but half of the call center is on leave. They are not available. AI can fix it. It gives you availability, right? It addresses the problems. Or if it's a bigger problem, it sends you to where you're supposed to go. With all of that, if you look at this, and we are experiencing this right now, we are looking for a more prospective future where um, your customer satisfaction index moves up 40-50%. Your call volume through deflection, as like I said, that reduces. Most of your call is contained with a chatbot or an IVR. 24/7 availability is there. Your service levels, when I say 80/20, 80% of the calls are supposed to be addressed within 20 seconds. So you meet your service levels thanks to AI. There's information right there, right? Your average handle time is reduced. All the pain points that we talked about with KPIs are being addressed with the advent of AI. So where are we heading towards, right? A future trends. I'll take a couple of minutes. A lot of things here, but simply put, now I call the bank, I don't have to it to supposed to be it's been in picture for the past 10 years, but there's no robust technology. But I call into the bank, they recognize me based on my voice. I don't have to state my name, my address, my date of birth, a password, a code, and so on. That's called voice biometrics. There's better authentication to avoid any fraud. Uh, there's emotion aware AI, very interesting, right? Based on my tone, I may be stuck in a cyclone, and I call in I'm scared. My tone is scared. The AI can analyze your sentiment and say it looks and based on my phone, it looks like the region that you're calling from is affected by a cyclone. Do you need emergency services? Do you need a helicopter to be sent to your home? And so on, right? All these are very possible. Personalization, like I've been saying through the presentation, personalization exactly it gives you exactly what you need. It will not. I mean, in the future, this is a vision in the next 5 to 10 years that customer support won't wait for you to reach out. AI will reach out to you even before a problem occurs, and that's where we are looking at, right? Uh, we're looking at all these advents. We're looking at autonomous call centers. There'll be no humans, all of it by are done by AI. So all of these are coming up. It is not as easy as said and done. There is complexity. As a human, I would want to talk to a human, right? I don't want to speak to a machine all the time because we're social animals. So there are things that are pulling these things back. But you guys as students, as our future builders, sitting here, need to look at that, and you would be building the next wave of that evolution. I would think. Yeah, looking forward the next 10 years for you guys to shape how our customer experience, and not only customer experience, but the world in general would look like. Especially, I see you guys are from the MLAI discipline. So I think it's going to be very interesting how things move ahead. That and that was the presentation, guys. Any questions? Any specific questions that we have? Anything that you would like me to address?
Students, you have any questions?
I mean, even if you don't, I'm happy to take them offline. I will
Yeah.
share my email address and hit me up on send me an email, hit me up on LinkedIn, Facebook, or whatever, right? And things like that.
Uh,
I'll be happy to take questions. Go
Yeah.
ahead,
uh,
Annamalai.
yes, sir. So the data collection is the important process here. But what
Mm.
about the ethical security reason? As I tried developing a bot for an building association, so how it went like the bot should not hold my personal data. I don't need any personalization as my data should be secure. Like the ethical concerns are raising. What to do in that case to give personalization?
It's a very good question, Annamalai. Now, there is no single or easy answer for that. That's the danger of AI that we're looking at, right? Why
Yeah,
some of we boomer uncles think that AI is a bubble and it's going to burst, because I do not want to share my information, but somehow you're getting my information from every place. That is the problem
yeah,
with the advent of information that you have. It is everywhere. Look up for Anna Malai, whatever is your last name. Look it up on Google, and I can look you up and I can see all of your history. And I can call you and say, Anna Malai, I think you have an Airtel. Why don't you get a tick on? I'll give you a 50 rupee discount.
yeah.
So it is a major problem in the industry right now. If you look at large banks, I was just cussing ICICI and HDFC, right? That their chatbots are terrible. That is because there are certain rules and regulations that they cannot dwell into. As financial institutions, there can be fraud that can happen. Once that happens, it is going to hurt me a lot. So if you look at banks, large financial institutions, they are not there. Even with Bank of America that I work, we are the largest bank in America, in fact among the largest banks in the world, and we are very behind with AI.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm saying this with a smile, but hopefully we will get to a place where these concerns are addressed.
Yeah,
But very good question. I like it.
yeah.
Sir,
Thank you.
we can take it on the large scale, doing it at large scale, supporting it, doing it on the large scale.
Uh,
Jayashree, little more audible, please.
Ma'am, can you hear me now?
Yes, ma'am.
yeah,
Sir, how does we make this support in the large scale, sir? Doing it in the large scale.
doing okay.
How
You
it take
mean how
doing it
do we
in
make it scalable? How do we make it
yeah.
scalable? That is, if you look, like I just said, if you look at large organizations, we are going step by step, right? Like I said, we have a bunch of KPIs. One is customer satisfaction. Let's say there are certain things that we can address, like average handling time, or giving self-service options, or giving you a chat bot after all the authentication that is done. So large scale organizations are, address some of those issues, use AI, leverage AI to address some of those issues as we are in today. There are a lot more things that can be addressed that we are looking at addressing with machine learning. But to answer your question, with the large scale organizations, you can fix certain KPIs. Again, every business runs on certain indicators. You can fix some of them. Some of them would remain very manual and very tedious, and we are looking at ways to make them better. But yeah, as we move along, we will get better fixes for those issues. But as of now, we can fix things like average handling time. We can fix things like retention rate in the IVR, so that my call, I do not have to wait to get to an agent. Or even if I have to get to an agent, and if an agent is busy, we offer something like a callback. You must have experienced it with some of the larger banks or some of the organizations that you would have called on. You don't want to wait on the queue. We'll give you a call back on your number that you called us. So there are certain things that are being addressed, a lot of things that can be addressed. within the advent or within the extent of within the reach of AI that AI can do. Even I did not talk about cloud. Certain banks they do not move on to cloud because you cannot afford a downtime. AWS, if you have seen, AWS went down. One of AWS servers went down at a time, but went down for a few minutes. I think in a couple of months back, a large bank would not want to do that. It's billions of dollars that is getting lost in during that impact, right? And my reputation is getting spoiled. So large organizations are conservative in moving over, and I think you guys, by the time you guys hit market, you would find innovative solutions as you move along.
Okay. And another question, sir, do you it's a common question that everyone asks in the generic talk is going about AI. Do you ever
Mhm.
think, sir, that AI will ever fully replace the human agents as in the
I
customer service?
I personally don't. I personally don't. Uh, not me personally. I am talking to my boss, who's the technology executive of Bank of America, right? He doesn't as well because one common misconception among people is AI is going to take away my jobs. It is going to be AI and a human interaction that is going to make things better. Like I said, if I call into a con if I call in or if I want to talk to somebody, I do not want to listen to a machine. I do not want to listen. The moment if I get a call, even if an AI talks to me, I I hang up. I do not want to listen to him. We are social animals. I would want to talk to a human. I would want to talk to a human. So it is never going to take away that human aspect of it. Never. In my opinion, never is the question. But like I said in the beginning of my call, I would love to listen to what some of you guys understand, on the adaptation of AI, because your thought process may be different than us. You might like talking to a robot on the call. I do not. Radha ma'am does not. I believe so, right? So yeah, some of us we don't because we are social animals. We like to talk to people. Yeah.
So I was about to ask one question. Conversational AI versus emotional AI. What is your opinion?
Emotional AI builds into conversational AI. AIs are getting smarter. Um, there's something called sentimental analysis, and it's all neural networks and machine learning algorithms where an AI can, imagine a situation where you're stuck in, like I said, in a Puyal or Varda Puyal or whatever, right? And
Yeah.
you try calling in. AI would know that you're calling in from Chennai and your number is registered to a certain tower, right? And that area is affected by a cyclone. You seem distressed, like your tone is not a normal tone. So AI can understand that, and it is in effect today. Maybe in the next 5 years you'll have more of it, but AI would say, look, hey, Radha, thanks for calling in. I see your area is affected by Varda Puyal, and you may be needing help. Do you want me to send you to an emergency assistance, or do you want to talk to somebody in the in the hotline, or whatever it is. So emotion, without emotion there is no AI. So emotion builds AI. Without emotion, I would never want to talk to a machine. I would just in robo chitti also becomes good or bad only after you put in the emotions in him. So
Yeah, that's thank you. Any more questions, students?
So one more question, sir,
Yeah.
sure,
from
sir.
the ECE students,
Sure.
from Nancy. Wait, sir. What information should we provide? What information should we provide when speaking to customer care? And what details are safe to share with a customer care representative?
It depends. Now, number one, if you are sharing sensitive information, you never do that, right? You don't share sensitive information to anybody. You don't share your CVV, you don't share your bank information with anybody. But if you are calling into a customer experience center, you have authenticated yourself, or you have authenticated yourself on the mobile app. From there, you're reaching
Yes,
a
sir.
customer service representative.
Next
Even
question also
then,
the same.
yeah, they will, yeah. So, yeah, you do not share sensitive information anywhere, any
Hmm.
place, because technology is not only helping the better, it is also helping the worse, right? There are a lot more scams in today's world than what it was back in the day, right? Thanks to AI, because your information is everywhere. So, long story short, you do not share sensitive information anywhere. Not now while you're a student, not when you're talking to somebody on the phone, not when you go into your first job, or when you're into your professional lives, when you're coding. You do not share information about your work on social media platforms. You have to be very, very careful with sharing sensitive information. You will get to know a lot more when you hit the job market, when you start your job, when you start working. But companies are very, very sensitive about sharing sensitive and personal information about you or your clients, right? As you move along.
One more question also same, sir, like the same question from the
Mm-hmm.
ECE students. Sir. How
Mm-hmm.
can we confirm whether the caller is an authentic customer care representative?
Um,
How do we
a
know
rule of
whether
thumb,
the customer care call
yeah,
is real or fake?
a rule of thumb, it is fake. Okay, no, a rule of thumb is, if somebody calls you asking for information, number one, it is fake. Number two, if you are expecting a call, or if you received a call or a message that you're not expecting, it is a scam. Do not click on the link and go somewhere your information is compromised. If that answers your question. So yeah, and uh, if somebody calls you and asks you for information that you think you should not be sharing, it is fake. If you authenticate yourself, that's where authentication comes into picture. Only when you authenticate yourself, be it in any channel, when I say phone or a chat support or whatever it is, it's only when you share sensitive information. Otherwise, if somebody calls you, just have fun with that person if you have time. Don't be rude. Just take them for a ride and have fun. When I get such calls, I put it on my speaker. Or some of our friends, we try to play with that person, when that person gets rid of me by themselves, and they don't call me, in fact. So try that.
Actually, sir, me too met some personal experience. One person called to my wife and asked them to give the credit card, sorry, credit card, not ATM, debit
Exactly.
card details. Just my missus also start to tell the digits. I stopped her last four digits itself, and I cut the make the tell her to give the phone, and ask him where you are talking from. He said, "I'm talking from I'm calling from IOB Kavarapete." I know
Hmm.
the personally the branch manager. I know his voice
Hmm.
also.
Hmm.
So I know your voice clearly, sir, but you are not that same person. Whatever it is, if you balance also will be goes down, no problem. I will manage. You cut your phone. Otherwise, I will make
Hmm.
phone call to police.
To the
Same
police, sir.
type of phone.
Exactly. In fact, sir, very interesting. Ma'am, I'll take another couple of minutes. I
Yeah.
got this
Okay, sure,
call.
sir.
I was in India. I came to India on a vacation this year in March. I came back to the US in April. On the third day that I landed, I got a call from Indian Embassy in Washington, D.C. I got a call and they said your passport has been compromised. It shows that you're peddling drugs. So you have to send a confirmation. If not, I'll help you out. If not, the police will come to your house and all that. And it was so authentic. I looked up while I was talking to him. I looked up the number which they called, and that number is from the Indian Embassy in Washington D.C. So it's called number spoofing. Um,
Oh,
I could have believed it very easily, but
very
it did
shocking.
not seem. I mean, I am in the call center business, so I know what a number spoofing means. Not many of them would know it. If it were
Mm.
my wife, she would have panicked, right? Because it's very easy to think that, okay, my passport is compromised. Somebody used it for drug peddling, and now police is coming. I said, send them to my house. Let's talk about it. I'll talk with them or a cup of coffee and
Super,
so on.
sir.
But it's that scary. So yeah, it's very important to understand. Even as you guys, if you're still watching, as you guys move along, try to understand the problem rather than one word that even AI, with AI, one word that is very important for you to understand is empathy and not sympathy. What if I were that person, right? What if I was a call center agent who's taking this call? It's like putting yourself into that person's shoe. What if I was the bus driver of R.M.D Engineering College, of bus route 63? He yelled at me for some reason. What if I was him? Would I be angry at my act? Yes or no? That gives you a very, that gives you clarity. That's what is being, that's what everybody's trying to put into AI as well. So empathy is the key word that you guys must be looking at, and try to understand the problem. Try to dig into more real life problems rather than understanding the solutions. So you have to bring up you will come up with a solution if you know what the problem is.
Yeah,
From my point of view,
that's a
sir, any
wise
app
answer.
is available, sir.
Sorry, sir.
Yes,
Please
yes,
say
sir.
again.
Okay, okay. From my point of view, sir, any app is available, sir, whether we identify fake or real. Like,
Whatever that's called, True caller,
yes,
right?
Yeah,
It
true
kind of,
caller.
but
but
there
it's
are,
come
see,
simply spam only, sir.
that's it, right? Now, there are, there are a lot of technology. Now, Truecaller uses something called Trust ID. There are a few technologies called, that identify the caller based on, it kind of, when you call them, it sends a call back to them. It's all technology. It's within contact center technology. If you call them, it sends a hit back, and if hits back, if it's a genuine phone number, you'll get to know, that technology will get to know who's calling from. So exactly, they'll say that it's a spam. So there are technologies that we are using, but fraudsters are finding way to overcome them. So that's,
Okay.
if one solution fits all, then all of us would be jobless, right? We'll have to
Yes,
look
sir.
at you have to get more problems and you find more solutions. That is why even your apps, they keep sending upgrades, because there are a lot of frauds happening. People are finding ways to spam you better.
Sure, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah,
No
thank
worries.
you. Thank you so much. Ma'am, over to,
Yes, ma'am. We
yeah.
profoundly appreciate the active participation of our students, Mr. Annamalai and Miss Jayashree of AML department, and the other students for raising their queries. We hope the responses have clarified your doubts and provided useful guidance. We extend our heartfelt gratitude to our chief guest for thoughtfully responding to all the queries and enlightening our students with his expertise. Once again, thank you, sir, for your thoughtful and enlightening words. We sincerely appreciate your insightful guidance, sir. To conclude, we
Thank you.
now call upon Dr. P. Chowdhury, Associate Professor and Division Head, Department of Mathematics, to propose the vote of thanks. Please, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. First and foremost, let us thank the Almighty for making this moment both pleasant and possible. We express our sincere gratitude to our distinguished guest, Mr. Uday Kumar, for gracing this occasion with his valuable presence. Sir, your inspiring and insightful talk has truly enriched us. We especially enjoyed your sense of humor and the memories you shared, especially the biryani on Tuesday moment, which made
Any
the
day for
session
a biryani.
lively and engaging. You also covered all the important areas of call center working in banking, credit cards, customer care, booking agents, net connection support, and other essential services. It was very practical and extremely useful for us. We also place on record our advance thanks for your future representation and guidance to our students whenever you are available in India. We look forward
Definitely.
to your continued support, sir. Our heartfelt thanks to
Definitely.
our Vice Chairman Sir, and the management team for their continuous support. Their vision through the generic talk series helps broaden our students' knowledge. We also thank our principal, dean, and all the heads of the departments for their motivation and guidance. A special thanks to Dr. Radhaman for the warm welcome address for introducing our chief guest, and to Meet Narasimhan for her excellent comparing. Finally, we sincerely appreciate all our faculty members, students, and parents for their presence and participation during this holiday also. Your support has made this event a grand success. Thank you, one and all.
Thank you, sir. Thank you all for being a part of this event. We look forward to seeing you again soon. Have a wonderful day.
Thank you. Thank you. Thanks for the
Thank
opportunity.
you. Thank you, dear
Thank you.
Uday. It was a
Thank you. Thank
wonderful
you, ma'am.
show. It was
Thank you,
highly
Uday, for participating,
interactive.
sir.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
We'll
Please
keep it.
convey my gratitude to Chairman sir as well, if you
Sure,
can.
Sure, sure. Thank you.
ஸ்டார்டிங்ல இருந்து எண்டிங் வரைக்கும் உங்களுடைய ஸ்விட்ச் அந்த ஹியூமரஸ் போகவே இல்லை சார்.
Oh, yeah.
You made it very
Thank you.
interactive. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you
We'll
so
keep in
much.
touch,
Thank
sir.
you.
We'll keep in
Kandipa,
touch.
Kandipa, Kandipa, Kandipa. If I get there, Kandipa, or I have Tuesday. Aniki.
Tuesday. Sure, sir. Sure, sir.
Sure, sure. You're welcome.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Right.
Bye.
Good night. Have a good weekend.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.